Hello and welcome to One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas. All set for Game 3 between the Babson College Beavers and the Trinity University Tigers. Cole Isaacson joined alongside Shepard Tyler as you see the Babson Beavers starting lineup on your screen. Leading off will be Xander Teeter as he did yesterday, followed by Liss, Kushner, Grace, Fricky into the lineup at DH, Robert Christensen at shortstop, Drazka Stevens, and Valenti out in center field. And on the mound for the Trinity Tigers will be Jace Clay making the Sunday start once again. First pitch, and we're underway in San Antonio, Texas with ball one. Shepard, Jace Clay on the mound. What should we expect from him today?
Well, he's an experienced guy. He's a veteran. He's been here. He's done that, And last time we played Babson, I think it was the first time our school has ever swept Babson. But you know how hard it can be to sweep a team. So we'll see what happens. I think it should be a good one.
Now in a 1-1 count to Xander Teeter. It's out of the way of an inside pitch. Teeter has worked double-digit pitch plate appearances in each of the first two at-bats in each of the first two games he's led off. So a difficult leadoff hitter to contend with early. Has managed to run up some pitch counts. The 2-1, Clay delivers inside again, and this time it hits him. So a much shorter plate appearance, but still the same result, gets on base.
Looked like he might have been crowding the plate a little bit there. I guess that's what happens.
So Teeter aboard with nobody out early in the top of the first inning. Still no runs. See how close this was on the replay. And it brings up Ryan Liss. Takes a strike. Liss batting second for the third consecutive game. A 35 starts last season, a .325 hitter. And Clay will throw to first. This is where he can be pretty dangerous. The lefty has a very sneaky pickoff move. Now goes over there again, a little bit closer.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that yesterday, the several different moves that pitchers have. Jace, he does a really good job of mixing them up. He's got several, and his best one is really good.
Liss down 0-1. Swings and fouls that off. Now down 0-2. We'll see if Clay tries to eliminate Teeter at first base. On by way of a leadoff hit by pitch. Clay allowed the first two batters to reach in his last start against the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, erased both of them by picking them off. Now goes over there again. Teeter walking back to the base safely.
Doesn't look like he's going to give him any chance.
That's good coaching from Coach Noon. They know. Guy who had 11 pickoff successfully last year. Swing and a miss from Liss. And that's strike three. First strikeout of the day for Jace Clay, one down in the first. Got him with the high pitch that time, and it brings up the catcher, Gabe Kushner. Kushner making his third start in this three-game series. Was aboard 3 times yesterday. 2 walks and a single in the first. Pitch outside, righting. Has to slide over to make the grab. Wind blowing at a pretty consistent 11 miles per hour today. Gusts a little bit above that. Blowing out to left center field. Not as big as it was yesterday, but still blowing out. The 1-0 misses. Clay, a pitcher last year who started out so strong, was consistently going 7 innings earlier in the year, but faded a little bit down the stretch. Couldn't really get into the fourth by the end of the year. He was so effective when he was in the game still. This one gets away. The throw over the head of Baker. Teeter round second, but he'll stay there, getting a free 90 feet.
That one looked to just be unfortunate. I don't think it was that bad of a throw. It was just on the other side of the runner, and Will couldn't get over there.
So the errant throw costing Trinity 90 feet. Teeter waiting on second. They try and get him there, and this one goes into center field. Teeter not advancing on that. Evan Kuhl all over it in center.
It's good reaction on him.
So uncharacteristic. And pitching coach Dave Smith will come out for a quick visit. We usually see these pickoff moves from Jace Clay be so effective. These ones getting behind the fielders.
I would have to imagine Dave Smith is out there telling him right now, hey, just focus on the hitter. You know, don't worry about the runner. He's not exactly a speed guy. It doesn't look like he's going to try and steal. He didn't have a big lead off at first, so just focus on getting this guy at the plate. We know you can get him.
Teeter, only with 6 stolen bases last season, was caught twice. Finds himself in scoring position. Babson trying to do what they did yesterday and score in the first inning. Able to take the 1-0 lead and then the 2-1 lead, and it unraveled a little bit from there. The 9-4 loss yesterday. Trying to avoid getting swept here for the second time in 3 years. The 2-0. Outside, ball 3. Clay working with 1 down in the inning, the runner on second. High, ball 4. And the 4-pitch walk handed out by Clay. Runners on first and second. We'll bring up Grace to the plate. Ryan Grace, who's at first base today for the 3rd consecutive game. Gets cleanup today after hitting 3rd yesterday. Takes a strike. Grace only reached 1 time in yesterday's game by way of a walk. Graduate student in his first season with Babson College. Runners on first and second, 1 down in the inning. Try to go to second again. This one a little closer. Ramsey trying to make the tag.
It's a good way to knock that one down by Ramsey.
The 0-1. Strike call, then he's ahead 0-2.
Yeah, I think that 4-pitch walk wasn't really that bad of a thing for Jace, because now he's got the double play ball set up if he needs it, and he's got 1 out, so.
Trying to get the second out of the inning. 0-2. This is hit into right field. Singhania camping under it, makes the catch. Teeter tagging from second, and the throw will be cut off by Ramsey. So Teeter advancing to third on the play. Oh, it happened again. Teeter left too soon. Ramsey steps on second, and that ends the inning.
Heads up baseball from the Tigers.
For those of you who weren't watching yesterday, this happened on a tag play from third to home. That would have scored a run for Babson. We'll see how early he left. And yeah, left early.
I wonder if Baker called it out again. It looked like it was John that recognized it, but it would have been funny if it was Baker again.
It ends the inning. Jace Clay working around traffic and gets the double play to end it. We'll head to the bottom of the first next. Welcome back to windy San Antonio, Texas. Back for the bottom of the first inning as we'll set the lineup for the Trinity Tigers. Leading off for the 3rd consecutive game will be Callan Singhania in right, followed by Grant Anderson, who makes his series debut. Will Baker hitting third again. Nick Jones out in left field this time with Lustina DHing behind him. John Ramsey, at shortstop, followed by Coney, Writing, and Evan Kuhl. Some of the positions switched up on the board, but the players in the right order. And on the mound for Babson will be Chase Burrows. One of their best pitchers last year, threw over 40 innings, made 12 appearances, only 3 starts. Makes his season debut and throws ball 1 to Singhania. Burrows, one of Babson's best weapons out of the pen last year. Misses with that pitch, now behind 2-0. Working quickly here as Singhania chops that one foul, 2-1. Burrows a 4-1 record last year, 47 innings pitched, a 3.26 ERA, a whip below 1. All of that in his first year with the Beavers, now a sophomore. Lefty deals, and Singhania hits a fly ball hanging up in right field. Oh, this could be trouble, but the catch is made by Liss, who comes in for out number 1. Saw a couple of those yesterday, those pop flies just hanging into the air, and the Beavers unable to get to him. That time Liss able to do a good job, get his glove there. Goes down as out number 1 and brings up Grant Anderson. Anderson hits a fly ball to deep left field. Going back at the wall is Valenti, and he makes the catch on the warning track for out number 2. Probably a home run in yesterday's game.
Looked like it. It was solidly hit. I think it's going to be a task for the Tigers today because he's not throwing too many straight balls. It looks like all of his balls are tailing. So they're going to have to find a way to either get on top of the ball or not skyball it.
Brings up Will Baker to the plate at first base once again. Baker still leading the team in RBI. Takes ball 1. Tigers with 2 quick flyouts so far in this inning. Chase Burrows trying to make it 3 maybe. Misses 2-0. Burrows working very quickly in this inning, though he steps off the mound here. The 2-0. Way inside and 3-0. Strike called. Burrows ready to go once again. And the 3-1 inside, ball 4, and that's the first base runner of the day for Trinity. A 2-out walk worked by Will Baker.
You know, you'd think that the 3-0 pitch would be the hardest pitch to throw as a pitcher, but it's actually 3-1 because when you're 3-0, you're just trying to get a strike, and most of the time the hitter's not going to swing if it's in the zone. But 3-1, now he's got the green light to swing, so you're a little bit more nervous about putting it in the middle of the zone.
Now Nick Jones up to the plate, out in left field today, 278 hitter on the year. Waves at that for strike 1. Jones, who's hit cleanup in every game this season so far. Knocked in a base hit yesterday, a 1-for-4 day overall. Cuts and misses quickly down 0-2. Runner on first, 2 down in the inning. Pitch outside, 1-2.
Looked like he came a little bit more on top that time. Seems like he might be changing up his arm slot.
1-2, misses up, wanted the call. Thought he got it, started walking off the mound.
Just walking off, he was confident.
Brings up the 2-2 count with 2 down in the inning. Tapped foul, and we'll do it again. Baker, the runner on first, worked a 2-out walk after the first 2 batters of the inning flew out. Nick Jones trying to extend the inning. Runner goes. This is grounded on a couple of hops to short. Christensen makes the throw in time that ends the inning. Tigers get the 2-out walk, but can't do anything with it. Sends us to the 2nd inning in San Antonio. Still no runs for either side. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Top of the second inning. Still no runs on the board. Jace Clay fires strike one. Clay working a scoreless first inning after the base running error by Babson that ended it, resulted in a double play. This one fouled onto the roof, only 2 hops. Connor Fricke, the junior from Colorado Springs, in the batter's box. Takes strike 3. And Jace Clay gets the first out of the inning on 3 pitches, a strikeout looking.
Looks like both of the pitchers for both teams are doing really well, keeping their pace up. Working quick through first half of second inning.
Slider right on the outside part of the zone. Brings up Robert Christensen. Made his collegiate debut yesterday, knocked in a couple of hits. This pitch wild and gets to the backstop. Saw that a little bit in Jace Clay's warm-ups. A lot of pitches getting to the backstop. 1-0. In the dirt again and also gets back there. What was the old adage you said between innings?
It was, I had an old coach tell me a lot of times your worst warm-ups in between innings actually leads to your best outing. And I think that's partly because a lot of times you're so focused when you're out there on making sure you're going to do good and being a little bit nervous. And a lot of times when you're not having a great warm-up, that means you're just relaxed. You're just out there throwing, and then as soon as the inning starts, you lock in and you start throwing good. So hopefully we can have that happen for Jace here. He had a pretty good first at-bat. Hopefully he can fight back in the second one.
Struck out Fricke on 3 pitches, now having some trouble with Christensen. He's thrown 3 consecutive balls, and looks like we're going to see a change. That will be the day for Jace Clay. Pitches an inning and a third, and now is relieved as we'll step away on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. New arm on the mound is Paul Nathanson. Got the win in his only appearance this season against Wisconsin Whitewater. Pitched a third of an inning in the 9th and fires ball 4. That will be a walk charge to Jace Clay, and that will be his base runner going forward.
It was a tough start, 3-0. I mean, it was a good pitch to start off with, and it was close. So I think we'll see a good day from Paul.
As now he'll deal with his own batter, Dylan Draska. Takes ball 1. Draska in center field today. That's where he played yesterday as well. Takes a strike. Draska reached 3 times in yesterday's game. 2 base hits and a hit by pitch. Pitch high. Runner thought about going, but goes back. Nathanson falling behind 2-1, thrust into early duty after Tiger starter Jace Clay unable to get out of the second. Quick throw to first. Not in time.
That was a good look from Paul. It looked like the runner at first was starting to get a bit more of a lead.
We'll see if these runners decide to get a bit more of a lead with Jace Clay's pickoff threat not on the mound anymore. This one in the dirt, scooped by Writing nicely.
I think that's one thing they do really well at Babson is they coach their hitters to be difficult at bats. You're not going to see a whole lot of easy 3-pitch strikeouts.
Nathanson behind 3-1, throws to first again. This one a little closer.
I don't think we've seen his best move yet.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good, but I think he's got better.
See if he gives it. Instead throws the 3-1 inside, ball 4. And back-to-back walks have put runners on first and second for the Beavers. Owen Stevens now entering the batter's box. Senior from Glastonbury, Connecticut. Hitting 200 on the year in this series. Scored a run as well. Playing third base in the third consecutive game. Takes strike 1. Beavers trying to score first in this one. They've had a runner in scoring position each of the first 2 innings. Pitch outside, 1-1.
It is one thing that our bullpen does like to highlight is when you have one out and you have a runner on first, it doesn't matter who else is on base because you can have one pitch to get out of the inning if you get a double play.
Breaking ball finds the zone, strike 2.
So that's one thing they do like to talk about and hype up guys when they're on the mound is you're one pitch away. You're one pitch away. Just get a ground ball, you're good.
See if he can find that one pitch here. The 1-2. Breaking ball close. Just misses outside. I remember my first broadcast here 4 years ago now. I said one pitch away, and Dave said, "You never say that again." Pitch misses 3-2. Said, if you say one pitch away, we are never getting a double play ever again.
I did not know that. I always hear guys yelling it from the bullpen, but I guess it's
I guess they
different.
can say it. I can't. It's
I
different when I
guess
do
that
it.
is the special privilege.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And all of a sudden a rundown here between second and third. Christensen and the tag applied by Coney. That will end the inning. Another base running mistake for Babson. Not coordinated on who was going to steal there.
I guess we were one pitch away, weren't we?
Turns out to be the case. Another unorthodox double play to end an inning takes us to the bottom of the second. You're watching Tiger Network. Welcome back to the Alamo City. Still no runs in this game as we enter the bottom of the second. Michael Lustina will lead things off for Trinity. Lustina DHing today for the first time this series. And takes strike 1. Chase Burrows back on the mound for Babson. Worked scoreless first, only gave up one base runner. Pitch misses 1-1. And Shepard, he's been working at a really fast pace today.
Oh yeah, definitely going very quick.
And this one plunks Lustina right on the leg. Second base runner of the day for Trinity, the leadoff man aboard.
For some pitchers, that is a thing. They like to work quickly, keep a rhythm, keep it going. It helps them mentally. Some guys, it's not as big of a thing, but I think for him, that's definitely something he seems to be focusing on.
Now John Ramsey coming up to the plate. The leadoff man aboard, nobody out. Burrows trying to change that as he throws to first. His softer move, it looked like.
He might start to change up his timing here because that is a tactic from pitchers.
Ramsey thought about dropping down the bunt, pulls it back for ball one. Ramsey hit a home run in yesterday's game, a scorching start to the year for him. Waves at that pitch, evens the count at 1-1. Runner on first, nobody out. The 1-1. A little bit softer, but misses that time.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of changing up his timing. Like we were talking about yesterday, part of the responsibility of keeping runners honest, it falls on the pitcher, and part of that is changing up how quickly you come to the plate.
2-1 to Ramsey. Lined into left field and a base hit. So back-to-back days for John Ramsey where he starts his outing with a hit, 2 aboard, nobody out.
That was a really solid swing from John. I think that's one thing that Coach Scannell does like to highlight and talk about is staying inside the baseball, and he did a really good job. Even though he pulled it, he still stayed inside and didn't get around it and hook it foul.
Now Cal Coney up to the plate for the first time today. Takes ball one. Coney, the senior from Los Angeles, California, making his third start of the series, has started in every game for Trinity this season. Hitless in yesterday's game, reached on a walk though. Opportunity for Trinity to take the early lead. Coney drives this one to right field, hanging up into the air, and the catch is made by Liss, who has to come in again.
Not as much help from the wind today as yesterday. It looks like it's blowing a little bit to our left here.
Something we see commonly in this ballpark, blowing out to left field. It's been swirling a little bit, just judging by the flags out in center. Right now they're blowing dead center, but that shifts second to second, it feels like. Brings up Matthias Writing to the plate. 308 hitters so far this season. Starting catcher in today's game. Works with runners on first and second. On the ground, and that hits Burrows and goes a little bit into left field. No play for the shortstop Christensen. Goes down as a base hit, and we'll have a stoppage to see if Chase Burrows is okay.
Looks like he's fine. That was really lucky by Matthias. Looked like the middle infielders were at second. If that didn't bounce off his foot, they might have fielded it.
Sometimes that's just how the game works.
That's how the ball bounces.
Loads the bases with Tigers. Their second base hit of the inning, as this is lined by Kuhl into right field, falling in front of Liss. Runner has to come home and slides in safely. Lustina scores and makes it 1-0 Trinity. RBI single for Evan Kuhl.
That is another big thing that they talk about over in the left side camp. They talk about not trying to do too much with one swing, just putting together hits, stringing together, getting on base.
Able to hit it the other way there. Base is still loaded as everybody goes station to station. Top of the order, Singhania takes strike one. Callan Singhania 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right in the first inning. Hitless in yesterday's game. Takes a pitch outside. Bases loaded, a chance for the Tigers to extend this lead on a day where they're probably going to have to cobble together some pitching with the bullpen. Pitch misses up. Count 2-1. Bases loaded. Tigers already up 1-0. This is chopped well foul into the Trinity dugout, housed on the third base side here at Trinity University.
You know, it's a situation like this where your coaches tell you to be a little bit more aggressive at the plate. Don't try to watch too much because you have a couple hits strung together.
2-2. Singhania hits this one to right field. List camping under it. Tagging from third is Ramsey. The throw instead will be cut off, and it's 2-0 Trinity. A sacrifice fly from Callan Singhania.
And that's a perfect job right there. That's exactly what your coach wants from you. Put something out in the outfield. Even if it doesn't land, we get a run scored. You did your job.
Now runners on first and second. 2-0 Trinity. Both runs scored in this inning. Off Babson starter Chase Burrows. Grant Anderson hitting second today, 0 for 1. Flew out to left in his only plate appearance. Works with 2 down. Still 2 Tigers aboard. As Burrows will spin off the backside. Tigers going for the sweep of Babson. Already won the first 2 games. This is chopped to the third baseman. And the throw made in time. A nice stretch by Grace on the throw from Stevens that ends the inning, but not before the Tigers plate 2. It's 2-0 Trinity headed to the third. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Tigers now with the 2-0 lead. Paul Nathanson back on the mound and throws strike 1 by way of a foul ball to Ben Valenti. Valenti has already made an appearance this year, both hitting and pitching. Came in as a relief option in the first game of this series and pinch hit in the second game. Now gets the start in left. And takes ball 1 to even the count. Wind still gusting, blowing directly out to center field now. The 1-1. Did he go around? They say yes, and it's 1-2.
He did a good job that time of getting his breaking ball away from the hitter rather than up in the zone like he missed with last time.
2-strike count for Nathanson. See the check swing again. This one chopped to second. Coney trying to slide over, and it clanks off his glove into right field. So just not able to get there. Goes down as a base hit for Valenti, leadoff man aboard for Babson. And now the lineup will flip over. Xander Teeter, who was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance, will now come up for his second appearance of the day. Second baseman today. Ball in the dirt, but he went around. 0-1. That's got to be one of the more satisfying things as a pitcher when you throw a ball in the dirt and the guy still swings.
It's definitely what you want. You know, there are pitches you practice where you only throw them in the dirt. For example, when I threw a changeup, I only threw it in the dirt, and it's always nice to get a swing.
That one misses outside. 1-1.
Matias looks like he's signaling to him to trust his pitches more.
See if he trusts it in the 1-1 count. Instead, throws to first.
That's a good idea. You know, sometimes for pitchers, a pickoff move is exactly what you need to get your head in the zone.
Teeter's still looking for his first hit of the season. Been aboard plenty of times, but has yet to get a hit. Fouls this one into the screen. Count 1-2.
Looks like Teeter might be crowding the plate a little bit. I think Matias is setting up away from him. Give Paul a little bit more room to work with.
Places his feet right on the inside of the white paint there. This one misses up. Now the count is 2-2. Tigers up by 2. 2-0, scoring both of those in the bottom of the second inning. This is lined sharply but foul. Right in front of the Babson bullpen. Teeter getting a hold of that last pitch.
Yeah, that's that classic adage by coaches. Hey, it's just a long strike. Don't worry about it. Throw another one.
2-2. Breaking ball just misses up.
Looks like Matias wanted that one a little bit lower.
Runner on first for Babson. Still nobody out in the inning. The 3-2. And takes it into the dirt for ball 4. And the first 2 Beavers have reached.
It was a solid pitch right there. I think if Paul had hit it that pitch before, he might have not recognized it, but I think since he saw it right before, he was able to recognize it down in the dirt.
Brings up Ryan Liss. Opportunity for the Beavers. Try and build the comeback here early. Down 2. Liss 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Squares up to bunt, gets out of the way of it. And all the runners will scamper back to their bases. And now Dave Smith will come out.
Looks like he has a bit of a shorter leash today.
And it looks like this will be a change. Nathanson done. It's allowed the first 2 batters of this inning to reach. And a new pitcher will come in to try and get Trinity out of the inning. We'll step away on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. New arm on the mound for the Tigers is Caden Wells, making his second appearance of the year. And the first pitch is hit to right field, drifting foul. And it's into the bullpen, not playable. Goes down as a long strike 1. Wells, the sophomore from League City, Texas, his last appearance against the University of Wisconsin Whitewater in the opening game of the season. 4 1/3 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. Comes into this game with runners on first and second. Nobody out. This is hit into left field. Falling fast, but it's caught by Nick Jones, who ranges in to make the catch. 1 down in the inning.
It's good reaction time by Nick Jones. I actually thought it was going to fall when it first came off the bat, but he reacted to it quickly and got there.
Jones has been DHing a lot more recently, but his natural position is in the outfield. Showing why, and gets out number 1. Now it's Gabe Kushner for Babson. Walked in his first plate appearance. Takes a breaking ball high. Still runners on first and second. Babson down 2-0. 1 down in the inning. Pitch misses at 82 for Wells. Drops in that curveball at 66 miles per hour. That's got to be quite the adjustment for the hitter.
It seems like it.
2-0. Misses up, and it's 3-0.
Some pitchers, for a breaking ball, they like to have it change speed a lot. And some guys, they try to throw it a little bit harder. It's just pretty much what your preference is. There's not a right or wrong answer.
Upstairs in a 4-pitch walk handed out by Wells, his first walk of the year. And the bases are filled with Beavers trying to build a big inning. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Ryan Grace. Grace 0 for 1 in this game. Flew out to right, and we're going to have a quick chat from Matthias Writing. So Writing and Wells just having a quick one-on-one conversation. What's the distinction for when Dave comes out and when Matthias will just decide he wants to?
A lot of times I think Matthias is just going out there to get him calmed down. Dave's going out there to tell him something planned, maybe an idea about what they're going to do. Maybe he might tell him, hey, we're going to give you 1 more batter, maybe 2 more batters. But Matthias going out there, he's just going to say, hey, trust your guts, trust your pitches a little bit more. You got it. Don't worry about it.
Tigers have the 2-0 lead, trying to protect it with 1 down, bases loaded for Babson. Grace, an opportunity. Inside out swing, foul ball, out of play. Wells entering this game with runners on first and second, walked the only batter he's seen in this inning. Trying to avoid surrendering the first runs of the game for Trinity. This is lined but foul down the first base line.
It seems to be a pretty consistent thing for the Babson hitters to be crowding the plate a little bit. I wonder if that's something that they coach. I've noticed the last 3 or 4 hitters that they've had come up have all been touching the line.
See if it works for them here. Grace stepping in. Toe on the line. Down 0-2. Ground ball past the dive of Baker into right field. 1 run comes in, another being waved around from second, and Babson has tied the game. A 2-run single from Ryan Grace.
It was a smart move by Matthias there to keep his helmet on so he's able to knock that ball down and keep it in front of him so no one else can keep running.
Valenti and Teeter coming in from second and third. And this is a new ball game. Babson evening the score at 2. Connor Fricke up to the plate. Struck out in the last inning, 0 for 1. Curveball drops in for Wells. Strike called.
See, that's the advantage of having a slower curveball, is it looks like it sits in the air forever and then it just sneaks up on you.
Working with runners at the corners. Pitch high, 1-1. Still 1 down in the inning for Trinity. Trinity pitching has surrendered 2 walks and 2 base hits in this inning, as well as the 2 runs. Breaking ball misses outside. Wells falling behind 2-1. Beavers trying to avoid being swept in this series. Were swept 2 years ago when they came down here. Lost the series before that, 2-1 as well. Curveball in the zone, strike called, but a balk assessed, and a run will come in to score. Babson with their first lead of the game.
Maybe he didn't come set. I couldn't tell what it was.
See it on the replay here. Maybe that little twitch before.
Oh, that has to be it.
Swing and a miss from Fricke. Grace advancing to second, and Kushner coming in to score from third on the balk. Babson now 3 runs in the inning, up 3-2. Breaking ball misses. And the count looks like it runs full. Still only 1 down in the inning. Beavers trying to extend their lead now. Hit the other way and foul out of play. On the roof, 1, 2, 3, 4. A record 7. I still don't quite know how we got 7.
That's crazy.
I'm wondering if I counted wrong or something, because I haven't seen anything even close since then. The 3-2 misses, ball 4. The third walk handed out by Trinity pitching in this inning.
And it looks like Dave will bring in another arm.
So the carousel keeps running. Caden Wells' day is done, and a new arm will come in for Trinity. We'll step away on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. New arm on the mound for the Tigers. It's Brandon Morio. Morio, who threw on Friday, threw a scoreless inning in relief of Will Hellings in the Tigers' 8-5 win in Game 1. Fires strike 1 to Robert Christensen. Walked in his only plate appearance today. Works with runners on first and second. Babson with the 3-2 lead. 1 down in the inning. Pitch from Morio fouled off and quickly ahead 0-2. So Dave Smith electing to go with the lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-2.
You know, fun fact about Brandon Morio, he's a fantastic teammate. He makes a point every time he sees a guy on the mound that's struggling a little bit. He will not sit down. He makes a point to stand up on the fence and cheer as loud as he can.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
He's a guy that you just love to see win. I mean, the other day I got towed because I parked poorly, and I called him, and he was like, yeah, sure, I'll totally drive you down there. You can pick up your car. He's a fantastic teammate, so everyone on the team loves to see him win every time he has a good day.
Now goes again, still in Draska. walked in his only plate appearance of the day. Takes ball one. Morio, one of the great surprises of last year, first team all SCAC in 2025, a 2.77 ERA. Strike called. Count 1-1. This comes after his first year where he had an ERA of 17, so quite the improvement.
I would definitely say so.
Pitch misses high, 2-1. And it was something that was kind of expected for a lot of people in the team. I mean, he did a lot of work in summer, as I understand it, that year. Played in front of big crowds in Wisconsin, I believe. This is chopped up the middle, past the dive of Coney into center field, and it'll score a run for Babson. Beavers take a 4-2 lead on the RBI single from Dylan Draska.
That's a tough break there. That's going to go down as earned, but that's just one of those plays where it's hit slowly up the middle and the middle infielders just barely can't get there.
Just out of reach of Coney. And with 2 down in the inning, the 9th Babson Beaver will come up to bat. Owen Stevens takes ball one. Stevens 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Morio working with runners on first and second. This one chopped foul towards the Trinity dugout. That run being charged to Caden Wells.
I bet Brandon would like to have a nice day, get a little bit of revenge on his first outing against Babson 2 years ago.
Ball low, count 2-1. I'm sure a lot of pitchers would from that day. He's not alone.
Definitely not.
2-1, swing and a miss. I think it was pretty much just Trajan who has good memories of that game in terms of pitchers on both sides.
It was definitely a hitter's day.
The 2-2. High, and the count runs full. It was a game that was 5-5, pretty normal in the 6th, and then it was 15-14.
I don't think you can play a Babson without talking about that game.
No, I don't think you can. I don't know if they like us talking about it. Swing and a miss, that's strike 3. And Morio gets out of the jam, leaves 2 stranded, but Babson scores 4 in the inning and take the 4-2 lead. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd on Tiger Network. Back on the campus of Trinity University, Babson with the 4-2 lead, and Will Baker leading off the inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Babson still rolling with their starter, Chase Burrows, who only made 3 starts last year, but so far efficient in this one. Baker cuts and misses.
Yeah, 2 strong swings from him. It looks like he's trying to get it all back right here.
Baker with a home run in yesterday's game. Apotako over the cutout in left field. Swing and a miss, and Baker gone on 3 pitches. Quick out number 1.
He's bringing back that quick tempo. I've noticed when there's runners on, he changes it up, but when there's no runners on, he moves as fast as he can, and I think that kind of throws off hitters.
Brings up Nick Jones, grounded out in his only plate appearance, sends a slow chopper to third. Stevens, high throw, and it takes him off the bag. Grace can't believe the call.
Wow.
But Jones is safe. Looked like he got down to me. See it on the replay.
Yeah, coach is going to talk to him about that one.
It looked pretty clearly from here that he got down. We'll see it. High throw. Easily taps the foot down. Not even close, and now Nick Jones is going to be taken out of the game for Pierce Matthews, a pinch runner.
I am sure Nick Jones is not ready to dispute that call. I think he's very happy with the way that went.
And still discussions from the umpire. Definitely out. As Grace very clearly got his foot down.
And they're going to stick with it.
I mean, I don't know what they were going to overturn it with. I guess they're seeing if somebody saw something else. But you can't use replay at this level, so.
Lucky break for the Tigers.
So a gift of a base runner on first base. Now Pierce Matthews, who pinch runs and will presumably take over in left. Michael Lustina up to the plate. Cuts and misses at the first pitch. A lot of big swings in this inning so far.
Oh, yeah. Nice thing about having a runner on is it takes away his ability to keep that tempo up, and I think it's a very slept-on tactic for pitchers. I think it's done a lot.
Takes a pitch outside, 1-1.
He's got that kind of hybrid windup that he does with no runners on, and I think it just throws off hitters so much.
Now throws to first. Matthews steps back safely. Lustina sends one to center field. Draska under it and makes the catch. Quickly out number 2.
I've always found that impressive from lefty pitchers that can find the ability to look over at first in the middle of them hiking their knee up. I've never been able to do that, even if runners at third. It's really impressive because they look over there and then they look back. I don't know how you get focused on the catcher and deliver the pitch.
John Ramsey now comes up. 1-for-1 with a base hit.
Working the slide step there.
Ramsey sends one to left field. Valenti going over into left center now and makes the catch at the warning track. Out number 3. So Tigers gifted the free base runner on the missed call. Can't do anything with it. Takes us to the 4th inning in San Antonio. Babson up by 2. Welcome back to the Alamo City. Sun has come out in the middle of this game where Babson leads 4-2. Brandon Morio back on the mound, facing Ben Valenti, who led off the last inning with a base hit. Takes ball 1. Babson up 4-2 after they plated all 4 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. Big swing and a foul ball evens the count at 1-1.
That last pitch, the breaking ball to a righty, might be the most difficult pitch for a pitcher to deliver, is a breaking ball into an opposite-handed batter. It's really difficult because with a same-sided batter, you can just aim it right at him.
Pitch just misses. Count 2-1. Yeah, I'd imagine that's a very nervous thing, trying not to hit him.
Definitely, because it's breaking into them, and you don't really have a point to aim at.
Strike called. Count evened up at 2-2. Morio trying to hold this deficit. We know how this offense can get going sometimes. Now steps off. So 2 runs probably not going to be enough. This is a chopper sent right back to Brandon. And runs it over, underhand toss to finish the job for out number 1.
It's a nice athletic play from a pitcher. There we go. There we go. We got some athletes out there.
Brings up the top of the order in Xander Teeter, who's reached both times he's come up. Hit by pitch and a walk. He's reached a lot of times in this series. On base percentage of about 400, just no hits.
As you saw right there, the start of the at-bat, Brandon Morio steps on the mound. He's all smiles. I think that's the mark of a really good pitcher. He's not looking at the scoreboard. He's not looking at anything. He's looking at, he just got an out. He's happy.
1-0. Just inside now, 2-0. My favorite fact about Brandon Morio, probably the most obvious one, is that he has the twin brother, James.
Yes, he does. He has the identical twin.
The fact that you probably don't know is the easiest way to tell them apart. Inside out swing, foul it into the screen. Easiest way to tell them apart is I'll walk up to both of them standing next to each other, and I'll point at one of them and I'll guess which one's Brandon, which one's James. And whichever one I guess, it's the other one. Easiest way. I am wrong 100% of the time. Pitch inside, 3-1. In theory, it should be 50-50.
It should be, but
no, I never get it right. Not even once.
It's tough. We still have guys on the team that have to ask him every time.
Pitch inside, and that hits Teeter, and his on-base percentage continues to skyrocket in this series. Still no hits, but on board all 3 times. Well, they were doing the hat thing.
Yeah, where they both try to wear different hats on different days.
Well, but Brandon will wear the blue hat because be blue, be Brandon. And that'd be the easiest
smart
one. And then they'd stop doing that.
Well, I imagine with games going, it's pretty difficult to wear different hats.
Ryan Liss now up. Takes ball 1. Liss 0 for 2 in this one. Strikeout and a flyout. Morio working with 1 down in the inning. Runner on first and Teeter. Hit the other way, a long ways, but well foul.
It's a really good approach by Brandon and Matias there. He laid off that first off speed, and so he said, all right, go ahead, and he fired off a fastball, made him behind it.
Wind gusting out to left field right now. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch rides inside. 2-1. Probably a lucky break that we get the left-handed hitter with the wind gusting out to left like this. Morio throws to first. Back safely is Teeter. Probably pretty easy for a righty to just hit one in the air right now and carry a long way.
That would be pretty rough.
It's the strongest the wind has been all day.
We're definitely feeling it up here.
Fouled into the screen, 2-2.
Of course, with Brandon, the way he throws a lot of his pitches and the way that they spin, it's really difficult for a lefty to take it oppo.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. As Morio gets his second strikeout of his outing. And 2 away.
It's a really nice approach by Brandon. As I was saying, it's really difficult for lefties to take a ball oppo with Brandon because of the way that it spins. A lot of times when they try to take it oppo, it ends spinning off and out of play.
Now going against Gabe Kushner, who chops one to second. Coney takes it on 3 hops and throws to first to end the inning. So Morio works around a 1-out hit by pitch and gets out of the 4th scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the frame in San Antonio. Tigers down 2. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Babson starter Chase Burrows still out there and delivers ball 1 to Cal Coney. Coney 0 for 1 in today's game. Waves at that pitch to even the count at 1-1. In his only plate appearance, Coney flew out to right field. Batting 7th today. Sends a shallow fly ball, keeps carrying to center field. Draska under it and makes the easy catch out number 1.
It seems like a lot of the balls he's throwing have a lot of downward movement on them. So when the balls are higher in the zone, it's very tempting for the hitters to go ahead and try and swing it really, really high and send it out. But because it's been dropping so much, they're undershooting it, and that's why the balls are popping up so much.
Matias Writing up to the plate, takes ball 1. And now Burrows going with the extremely quick delivery. Writing taking his time to step back in. And lines one to right field, going back all the way to the wall, and it falls right in front of it on the warning track. Writing sprinting into second base, sliding in with a 1-out double.
That was a really nice job by Matias. He made sure to keep his timing, and he said, it's my at-bat. You don't get to force me to step into the box. He steps in his own timing, and he squares one up really nice.
Shoots that one right over the head of Ryan Lisson right. Second hit of the day for Writing. Waits on second base as Evan Kuhl comes up to the plate. Takes the ball inside. Kuhl 1 for 1 with a base hit. Also got an RBI out of it.
You know, fun fact about Matias over there at second, he's the biggest bookworm on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Kuhl sends a chopper to third. Stevens able to make the throw in time. And there's 2 away, able to look back Matias Writing as well, so he stays at second. Did he say what his favorite book was?
I have no idea, but he's into history. I know that. He reads a lot about philosophy and history, and it's a regular occurrence to see him on campus in a nice, like, very aesthetic spot reading a book.
Lineup flips over. Callan Singhania up. Takes a strike. Singhania 0 for 1 today. Also has a sacrifice fly RBI. Happened in the second inning. Strike called. Burrows ahead 0-2.
I would imagine Coach Scannell might say something to the hitters after this inning about timing and making sure to do what Matias did.
Chopper foul.
It seems like that's going to be the only way that they're going to be able to combat this pitcher's quick tempo and his hybrid windup. Seems to be doing a lot to throw off our hitters here, and I think if they start doing a little bit more of what Matias did, it might help them a little bit.
Singhania sends one into center field. Draska coming in, but it falls in front of him and gets behind him. Riding scores easily from second. Singhania sliding into second to take his place. And the Tigers are one run closer. It's 4-3.
Yeah, that's been that struggle point for the Tigers, is getting a runner on. But once they get a runner on, it seems like their success goes way up.
Singhania able to get his first hit of the day, his second RBI. He waits on second base. Grant Anderson now up to the plate. Takes a strike. Burrows still working quickly, but has to be mindful of the runner on second now. Takes a ball outside.
Yeah, I've been harping on it, but because he has that runner on second, he can't keep that tempo quickly. He has to change up his timing and delivery.
Anderson grounds one past the dive of Stevens. Singhania being waved around from third. Here comes the throw. It is not in time.
That is really good base running by the Tigers. That's something that they coach a lot, is plays like that and making sure you're rounding third quickly so you can get home.
And it ties the score at 4. The RBI single for Grant Anderson.
It is definitely a luxury for our pitching staff, having a group of hitters that are really, really sound base running, and just like that, tie up the game.
And it'll prompt a quick visit, back-to-back base hits. 3 hits overall in the inning, given up by Chase Burrows. And once again has to deal with a runner on second base. Anderson advancing on the throw home. And now the RBI machine so far this season. Will Baker coming up to the plate. 0 for 1, has walked in this inning. Take strike 1. Runner on second is Anderson. Pitch misses, 1-1.
Have you heard Grant's nickname?
I haven't, no.
It's Gert.
Why is it Gert?
I think it has something to do with yogurt. I think he likes yogurt. I think he's just a funny guy, and it sounds funny.
Seems fitting.
For a while there, it was Brick, but he's a little bit too smart for Brick.
I'm afraid to ask what he did to earn that one.
He's just really strong, and he didn't seem super smart, but then we found out he was really smart.
2-1 to Baker, fouled off.
Brick's typically a name that you reserve for someone who's not the brightest bulb. And, you know, Grant's a really smart guy. And so we talked about it. He's too smart for Brick. We got to give him a better one.
So it's settled on Gert.
Much better.
The 2-2. Baker grounds one to short. Christensen able to make the throw that ends the inning, but not before the Tigers strike and tie this game at 4. We'll head to the 5th on Tiger Network. Welcome back. This game in San Antonio has been newly tied 4-4 as the Tigers plate 2 runs in the bottom of the frame. And we have a little bit of a delay on the field. Dave Smith talking to the home plate umpire. Do you know what these conversations are about usually? I've never figured that out.
A lot of times I know what they are, but I can't seem to tell what this one is. Maybe it has a roster thing?
I don't see anybody new on the field.
It might have just been they recorded something wrong. You wanted to make sure they had it right.
Actually, there has been a replacement. Sawyer Haynes taking over at second base. So Cal Coney done for the day, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, because it looked like he was pointing out there. I thought he was pointing at Brandon, but...
So Haynes, the defensive replacement, making his second appearance of the season. Called strike for Morio, 1-1. Haynes coming into that comeback win against Wisconsin Whitewater last Saturday. Tigers down 4-0 in that game, ended up walking it off 6-5 in the 9th.
Maybe he's good luck.
Strike called, 1-2. Of course, that was one of those games where it wasn't going well, and Coach Scannell decided to go with the hockey line change. Replace 6 of the 9 hitters. It ended up working.
It's always nice. Give the guys a chance, see what they can do. That is one thing that I know that Coach Scannell and Dave are really, really good about, is they give guys opportunities, and they don't put you in a game where you're up by, 9 runs. They say, it's a 1-run game. Get in there and show me what you can do. And a lot of guys, they take that opportunity and they run with it.
Home plate umpire making another notation, it looks like, as Ryan Grace down 1-2. Grace 1 for 2 on the day. A base hit in the last inning where Babson got some runners aboard. Takes pitch outside. That was the 4-run third inning. Gave them a 4-2 lead at the time. Now the Tigers have since tied it up at 4.
Something I've really enjoyed seeing about Trinity over the years is they never have a set lineup. Game to game, it always changes. He doesn't have a set number of starters, and so someone can ask, hey, who are your starting 9? He can't tell you because it'll change. Game 1, he'll have a certain number of guys out there, and then it'll change.
This is popped up, could be playable. Grant Anderson coming in, trying to make the catch, flips over into his own dugout.
Wow.
We saw a similar play from Owen Stevens yesterday, ended up tumbling all the way in.
Wow. No lack of effort out here in Game 4.
That's the type of play that Scannell loves to see.
Loves to see it.
Grace steps back in a 2-2 count facing Morio. Pitch misses in the dirt. Count runs full. It's funny you mentioned that that's one of your favorite things, that they don't have a set lineup. I would love it if they would have a set lineup.
It does make your job much harder.
It makes my job much easier. Like, I just got to focus on these 9 guys? Great. All right.
Nope, the whole team.
Whole team. Full count pitch misses low, and the leadoff walk handed out by Morio.
Definitely also adds a level of stress for the parents at home because they never know which game to come to.
You don't know if you're playing till like 30 minutes before the game.
Never.
Connor Fricke stepping up to the plate. Walked the last time he was up. He's also struck out today. Fricke, the designated hitter, squares up to bunt, pulls it back. They'll throw to first, and a nice pick by Baker.
Good job to knock that one down.
Keeping that from going into right field.
Would have been a very costly free bag.
That was what Coach Scannell was addressing when he was talking to the team at practice last Thursday, saying that championships are won in the micro. Talking about how the national champion usually has over 200 free bases at the Division I level, and that's often the difference. Taking advantage of the opportunities and not giving anybody else those opportunities.
Seems to be working here with the solid base running from the Tigers.
This is hit in the air to right field. Singhania takes a couple of steps forward and makes the catch, 1 down. So Morio trying to work around the leadoff walk, has out number 1, and now we'll face Robert Christensen. Walk and a strikeout so far today. The wind now gusting out to center field. Breaking ball in for a strike. Now the wind shifting a little bit to left. It was blowing very consistently out to center field yesterday. I had never seen it that strong and that consistent out there. Ground ball past the glove of Will Baker into right field. Runner going first to third, and Babson has him at the corners with 1 down.
And that's a tough play to make right there. That ball is bouncing so much. It's so hard to read where it's going to be. I mean, at that point, the most you can do is just try and get your body in front of it, but it's so difficult because it's coming in so hard and you have no padding to protect you.
So the first hit given up by Morio in this inning to Christensen, and it brings up Dylan Draska, 750 average so far in this series. Take strike 1. He's reached both times today, a base hit and a walk. Now has runners at the corners, Drace on third, Christensen on first. Strike called, 0-2.
Looks like Brandon's trying to bring that average down a little bit. 2 strong pitches to start him off.
The 0-2, not yet. Throw to first.
That's a good idea here. First and third, you know, we had that run score. We don't want to let the same thing happen to us.
Now the 0-2. Misses upstairs.
I think he was trying to go high there, get him to swing and miss, thinking it might be a breaking ball, but I think he left it a little bit too outside, so it didn't look like a breaking ball.
Here's a chopper. Throw to second for 1. On to first. In time, the double play. 4-6-3, twin killing. It ends the inning. Morio out of the jam.
Smart move to bring in Sawyer there. It was a really solid play.
Sawyer Haynes able to turn the double play from second, and it ends the frame. This game still tied at 4. We're halfway through it in San Antonio. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Game still tied at 4, bottom of the 5th, and Pierce Matthews up to bat. Swings and misses for strike 1. Matthews entering the game, pinch running for Nick Jones. Sends a slow chopper to third. Stevens has to make the throw quickly, does so in time for out number 1.
Looked like he was ahead on both of those swings. I think he's tossed in some off speed at him. Might have thrown him off a little bit.
Fitting that that was a ground ball to third, because if you remember the last time this part of the order came up, it was the throw from third to first that was pretty clearly in time.
Oh, yeah.
The foot didn't get down. So measure of revenge there for Stevens.
Definitely nice for them to get that play.
Brings up Michael Lustina, who takes strike 1. 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch, reached in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, here he is with that tempo again. It's working for him, because then he can toss in an off speed and get them way ahead.
And it looks like Lustina stepping off, maybe to call time.
That's smart.
You would assume that's one of the lessons from Coach Scannell in the dugout.
I would hope so. I would hope he's telling them, you know, take your time. It's your at bat. Don't let him dictate when you step in the box. That might just be Mikey making the call himself, or maybe Coach Scannell's been telling the hitters that.
Tapped foul. Count 0-2.
That is always the most confusing way that a ball can hit off of the bat, isn't it? Where it's right off the end and then it just rolls right there.
0-2 pitch, one down, nobody on. And Lustina taps it off the end of the bat again. Just trying to stay alive. It seems like the Tigers have a lot of offensive success once they get that first runner on. Definitely,
definitely. We were talking about that earlier. I think it has a lot to do with this pitcher's ability to change their timing.
0-2. Lustina fouls it to the top of the screen. 3 consecutive foul balls off his bat. Tigers have had a base runner in every inning so far, but only one of them in the first and the third innings.
It's just been really difficult to get that first runner on, but then once you get him on, we see success.
Lustina drives one into left field. A base hit, and there's that first base runner with one down in the inning.
That's a really strong at bat from Mikey there. Several foul balls, run with the pitch count a little bit, and then just put a nice one into the outfield to get a runner on, start the inning off.
Brings up John Ramsey. Ramsey 1 for 2 today, a base hit in the second. Hitting .500 on the young season with 5 RBI and 6 runs scored. Tries to drop down a bunt, went around for strike 1. Lustina, the runner on first, on by way of the 1-out base hit. Tigers trying to take their first lead of the game since they were up 2-0 in the second. Throw to first, Lustina dives back safely. It was a 4-run third inning that gave Babson the 2-run lead at the time. Tigers have since responded. It's been a back and forth game so far. Home plate umpire signaling something.
He might be telling him to come set a little bit more. Looked like the pitcher nodded.
Slow chopper to third. Stevens will go to second for the force out. Try to turn 2, but Ramsey able to get to first in time to avoid the double play.
It was a good effort to beat out that throw. I know he was frustrated getting up there. Didn't want that to end up that way, but he still hustled down the line and was safe. It was a good effort from John.
So hit just slowly enough to third. They avoid the twin killing, the 5-4 put out, the force out. And it brings up Sawyer Haynes for his first plate appearance.
That's definitely something that they coach about heavily here. Is it's frustrating when you hit into a double play, but you can't let that get to your head. You have to focus on getting to first as fast as possible because it makes a world of difference.
0-1, try the pickoff attempt. Ramsey now waiting on first. He dives back safely. It's probably one of the most common phrases I hear when I go to practice each week is good 90.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Runner goes, throw to second is bobbled and not in time.
Looks like he got around the tag there.
Ramsey able to dodge it somehow. The throw definitely in time. The tag from Teeter not, it looks like.
That's why you have that good 90, that hard 90 getting down to first, because now a couple pitches later and we have a runner in scorer position.
See it on the replay here. Yeah, just able to get that hand in. So a good call by the umpire. Ramsey safe. Haynes taps it foul. Still down 0-2.
Is this Sawyer's first at-bat of the game here?
First at-bat.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, put him in a prime position to do something good, giving him opportunity.
Only his second game he's appeared in his career. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Burrows gets out of the inning. He's pitched 5 as he sends us to the bottom of the frame in San Antonio. This game still tied at 4. Top of the 6th inning on the campus of Trinity University. This game still tied at 4. Brandon Morio back on the mound and gives up a base hit into center field off the bat of Stevens. So first pitch swinging, working out for Babson, the leadoff man aboard.
It's a quick start to the inning. This might be a shift for the Babson hitters here. We haven't seen much of that at all. They've had difficult at-bats where, pitchers are having to fight. They're not getting early swings. And then out of nowhere, just boom, first pitch.
Brings up Ben Valenti, the left fielder today. 1 for 2, a base hit in the 3rd. Squares up to bunt. It hangs up into the air for a little bit. Baker has to throw to first. Covering was Haynes from second. And they get the out a little bit unconventionally.
This is good heads-up play from Haynes there.
Both Morio and Baker came in to field it, so nobody covering at first.
Yeah, they practiced that a lot, that bunt play.
I believe they call it wheel, right?
Yeah. Well, typically the wheel play is the third baseman crashes down to get the ball, but it does happen where the second baseman has to cover first.
Flips the lineup. Xander Teeter, who's reached all 3 times he's been up, takes a strike. He's been hit twice, and he's walked once. Still no hits in the series. A 1. Called strike.
Looks like he reached back for that one a little bit more. That one came out hot.
Morio got ahead 0-2 on Teeter the last time he faced up. Wound up hitting him. Trying to avoid that here. The runner on second. Line the other way into left field, a base hit. Round from second comes Stevens. He scores easily. An RBI double, and what a way to get the first hit of the season for Xander Teeter. It gives Babson the lead.
Yeah, there's that advantage of crowding the plate like he does. A ball that seemingly looks like it was down the middle. He takes it oppo because he's so close to the plate, and it has that angle, and there's just nothing that Grant can do about it.
Brings up Ryan Liss, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. Babson now with the 5-4 lead. Strike called. This is the latest into a game this series the Beavers have had a lead. Morio will throw off the backside.
Have you heard Brandon's nickname?
No.
It's BMO.
Oh yeah, I have heard that one. Yeah, I hear that one a lot.
I think that's my mom's favorite nickname on the team is BMO.
We'll try again. This one a a little more velocity. So is James JMO?
No, I think James is just James, but BMO is so fitting. It's because of that character from that TV show Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chopped foul. Morio once again ahead 0-2. Babson has scored in the top of the 6th inning. They've taken a 5-4 lead, trying to salvage a game in this series. Lost game 1 8-5. We're down 8-1 in that game in the 9th inning.
It's a really strong way to come back from Brandon here. He had that tough break with the hit.
Liss ahead of that one and fouls it off.
And here you see he's coming back with challenging pitches in the zone. That first pitch was a really strong breaking ball, and then he gives him another fastball and another breaking ball here. Just seems to be challenging him at the plate, not letting that hit get to him.
Ahead 0-2, runner on second, one down. Misses outside. The lefty-lefty matchup. Morio trying to finish it here. Check swing didn't go. They appeal to third, and Liss did not go around. Evens the count at 2-2. Throw to second again. They do not want Teeter standing there.
I do not. No, I definitely don't. That's that called play. I think the catcher drops the glove there.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. As Riding thought about going for the lead runner, ended up just throwing the first and getting that out.
Really heads up play for Matias there. Looks like his pitch count is getting up there a little bit. He might be trying to save him.
And that'll do it for Brandon Morio. Came into the 3rd inning, only surrenders 1 run. As we'll take a break on Tiger Network, a pitching change in San Antonio. Babson with the 5-4 lead. Welcome back. Babson with the 5-4 lead and a new arm on the mound for the Tigers. It's Joey Hagan. He's pitched 2 2/3 innings this season. And misses his first pitch to Gabe Kushner. Kushner has reached twice, 2 walks, 0 for 1 overall. Hagan working with the runner on second and Teeter. Pitch misses, falling behind 2-0.
Gotta think as a hitter, it's gotta be pretty intimidating seeing Joey up there on the mound. He's got that extra height advantage from the mound, and he's just a humongous person.
A lot of downhill action. Strike called.
I mean, he takes a step and he's already halfway there.
Hagen trying to hold this deficit to 1 run. Strike called, 2-2.
It's a good way to fight back, get back in this count.
Working against the heart of the Babson lineup. 2 down in the inning, runner on second. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hagen leaves him stranded. Strikes out the 1 batter he sees in this inning, and it sends us to the bottom of the 6th in San Antonio. Babson up by 1. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning on the campus of Trinity University. Matthias Writing will lead off the inning against Chase Burrows, taking ball 1. Burrows predominantly a reliever last season. 12 appearances, just 3 starts, but into his 6th inning of work. As Writing waves at that last pitch to even the count at 1-1. Matthias Writing 2 for 2 today. A double and a single, so he's halfway there. Ground ball. Christensen able to keep it in the infield. The throw not in time though. And the 3rd hit of the day for Matthias Writing.
Solid day for Matthias.
That was one of the things I was promised this season as Matthias took over as a starting catcher. It said he is not going to bat 162 again. Batting well over 300 in the first 2 series of the year.
He's doing very nicely for himself. I think he adjusted his swing a little bit. Last year it was very upward motion.
And they got him in a rundown here. Leaning the wrong way, and he is tagged out. So the first base running mistake of the day for Trinity results in out number 1 in the 6th.
It was a really solid move over to first. That's just really difficult. I don't think the coaches are going to harp on him too much. It's just a good move. You just got to tip your hat.
So Burrows able to erase the runner he allows. Evan Kuhl still squaring up to bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1. Kuhl 1 for 2 today, singled in the 2nd. Drove in a run. First baseman Grace playing in. Big swing and a miss from Kuhl. Evens the count at 1-1.
Good idea to have Evan Kuhl bunt there with the corners as back as they were and his speed.
Kuhl playing in center field today. This is tapped, rolling foul, and it eventually is.
That's that famous swinging bunt.
Evan Kuhl, a multi-sport athlete, also a safety on the football team. So fitting that he can go out there and play center field, since that's kind of the position he plays defensively in football as well.
I didn't know he was a safety. That's interesting.
I would imagine it's a lot of similar skill sets. Swing and a miss, and Kuhl is gone for the 2nd out of the inning. Tigers trying to avoid going 3 up, 3 down, and a pinch hitter coming into the game for Singhania. It's Will Dixon. So trusting Dixon in the lefty-lefty matchup. Takes a strike. Dixon, a .250 hitter so far this year in his first year with the program, the transfer.
I mean, we've been talking about it all day. It's Coach Scannell. He likes to put guys out there and say, show me what you can do. It's a big opportunity here. It's a big opportunity to succeed, and you can go either way.
Singhania leaves this game 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and a base hit. Pitch misses outside. Count 1-2 to Dixon, who will presumably take over in right field when the Tigers have to play defense again.
And it got him.
Missed behind him, but just gets the back of the leg, and Dixon aboard. So a 2-out base runner for Trinity. Yep, barely got him. Grant Anderson about to come up, but first he's having a talk with Coach Scannell.
He loves doing that right before they go out. I think the hitters complain about it sometimes, but I think it works out a lot. He stops them as they're walking up to get in, and he calls them out and he tells them something. And like Caleb was telling me, sometimes it's just nonsensical, and they don't even know what he's talking about, but he has to tell them right there. But it seems to work a lot.
See if it works here with Anderson, who lines one into center field, a base hit immediately. Dixon will head to third. The throw will go there, and Anderson will take second. 2 runners in scoring position for Trinity.
It definitely worked there.
So the pep talk going well. Grant Anderson finds his way on second base, his second hit of the game. And it brings up Will Baker. Baker hitless today, 0 for 2, a .391 hitter on the season so far, though, with 8 RBI. Chance to add on 2 more with 2 outs.
Yeah, he's so good in spots like this.
And I think Babson agrees with you. They're going to put him on.
Yeah.
The intentional walk.
Smart move there. I mean, you get a guy on first, you get the force out at every bag, and a really solid hitter and with runners in scoring position.
And they will take a new pitcher as well. That'll be the day for Chase Burrows. Leaves this game in the 6th with runners on second and third. New pitcher into the game for Babson, trying to get out of the jam when we come back. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Bases are loaded, and the new arm on the mound for Babson is Joe Correa, the graduate student from New Jersey in his first year with Babson. And it looks like Matt Noon having a quick discussion with the home plate umpire. That's all done now, and Correa can face Pierce Matthews, opting for the righty-righty matchup. They intentionally walked Will Baker to force the bases loaded with 2 outs. Matthews fouls the first pitch off out of play.
It was a strong swing. It looked like he wanted a repeat of freshman year.
Of course, Matthews with the big 3-run homer in that raging comeback by the Tigers. Made it 14-9 at that point, so there was still a lot of work to do. But that was the point where everybody believed.
It was definitely the start.
Trying to come through in another big way with 2 outs. Takes a breaking ball, 1-1. Bases are filled with Tigers. Matias Writing on third.
Whoa!
Ground ball picked by Deering. Barehanded.
That's that toughness he always preaches about. And a smack to Matias for good measure.
Dixon on third, Anderson on second, Will Baker waiting on first, bases loaded. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Correa gets Babson out of the pickle. Tigers leave the bases loaded, still down by 1 as we'll head to the 7th. Welcome back to the Alamo City. Joey Hagan back on the mound for the Tigers, down by 1 in the 7th inning, facing Ryan Grace. Takes a pitch low and inside. Grace aboard the last 2 times he's been up. A single and a walk. He's also flown out in this series. Or in this game, excuse me. 1 for 2 overall today. Sends a shallow pop-up to third, and Anderson ranging in to make the easy catch, 1 down. Deciding to swing early there. Results in the F5. And it brings up the DH, Connor Fricke. Fricke has reached 1 time in this game. Walked in the 3rd, 0 for 2 overall. This one line past the dive of Anderson into left field. So Fricke gets his first hit of the game, and the Beavers have a 1-out base runner. And it brings up Robert Christensen, playing at shortstop for the 2nd consecutive game. Made his collegiate debut yesterday. Has reached twice, a single and a base hit. He's also struck out today. Hagan deals and misses, ball 1. Babson trying to extend this lead up 5-4. Scored the go-ahead run in the 6th off Brandon Morio, the only run he surrendered. Pitch misses. Count 2-0. Inside 3-0. And Hagen in danger of handing out a one-out walk with the runner already aboard. Strike called. Count now 3-1. This is blooped into left field and another base hit. 2 consecutive singles for the Beavers, and they have runners on first and second. Center fielder Dylan Draska ready to step into the batter's box now. Babson an opportunity to extend their lead, already up by 1 in the 7th. Know how prolific this Tigers offense can be and how often they can battle back. More runs the better.
Definitely, I would agree.
Draska ahead 1-0. And has singled and walked in this game so far. Strike called. There are a couple of arms throwing in the pen currently. Looks like one of them is Will Taylor. Ground ball could be 2. Flip to second in time. Throw to first, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Oh, look at that.
So Joey Hagen working around 2 one-out base hits. Gets the twin killing to send us to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch in San Antonio. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning on the campus of Trinity University. Lustina leads off this inning and sends a ground ball into left field. First pitch swinging for Lustina. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Tigers. 2nd consecutive base hit for him.
It's a quick start to the inning.
Seen a couple of those on either side.
Yeah.
And it sets up John Ramsey. Base hit in the 2nd. Has not reached since then.
Looks like Babson might be having a little bit of trouble with their pitch comm with the catcher.
Seen that on the Trinity side a couple of times this weekend. Looks like everything all good with Gabe Kushner now. So it extend. No, I guess we're not good.
You were saying something about Coach Kushner and what he does during the summer. Have you talked about that yet?
I have not, no. So Coach Matt Noon, he works with the Boston Red Sox over the summer.
Oh, it's Coach Noon.
Coach Noon.
Right.
Well, catcher's basically a coach on the field, so that's fine. He's the left-handed BP thrower for the Red Sox. Definitely one of the more interesting summer jobs I've heard. Ramsey tries to drop down a bunt.
Better than my summer job.
I think it's better than most people's. Said it's the type of job that you're going to do until your arm falls off. He said that day's coming.
I would imagine he's going to try to not let it fall off for as long as he can.
Oh, yeah. Says he just heads on over whenever Babson's done with their season. Gets to hang out at Fenway Park. And he's been doing it since 2004 as well, so they can't fire him because that broke the curse.
You know, that's the year I was born.
Me too.
Wow. It's a long time. He's been doing it for 21 years.
Mm-hmm. Ramsey gets down the bunt. This time it's a good one. They're going to be able to get him. Throw to first. Not in time.
That is where you want to place a bunt. That was a perfectly placed bunt. Excellent job by John Ramsey there. I know that they've been working a lot on bunts in practice. They've even been sending messages out in the team group chat about making sure to get the bunts down, put them in the right spot. It's been a bit of a struggle for Trinity over the last couple of years getting bunts down. It's been a big thing that we've been focusing on to improve on, and so far it seems like it's been a big improvement.
Stevens coming all the way in from third. He looked like he wanted to let it go foul. It was that type of bunt where maybe it was going to go that way. Ends up being a mistake that cost them a base.
Yeah, by the time he could decide to pick it up, John was pretty much already there.
Looked like if he just committed to throwing it, may have had him. Umpire currently tying his shoe, both of them. Safety first.
Never be too careful back there behind the plate.
Oh, no, you can't let the shoe fall off.
Definitely not.
No, that's big no-no. And it looks like we're good now. Goes mask, then shoe.
It's definitely dangerous back there.
Oh, yeah. They have a very difficult job.
It's always so impressive to me that you can stand back there with no glove and just hope that the catcher protects you.
Runners on first and second. Lustina will scoot back to second base. First baseman Grace playing all the way in on the infield grass as Sawyer Haynes steps up to the plate. Overall with a strikeout today since he got put in. Tries to drop down the bunt. This one popped right into the air. And Kushner able to secure it for out number one. And you were talking about the struggles with bunting.
There it is again. May have jinxed us.
Maybe. So it goes down as a freebie for out number one. But Matthias Writing now up to the plate, hitting .438 so far this season. Large part of that his 3-for-3 day today. 2 singles and a double so far. Check swing foul at the first pitch.
Matthias has been doing well recently, and I think that's partly due to the fact that he's tried to level out his swing a little bit more. I know that the past couple of years he's had a swing that was very upward, and he had a lot of pop-ups. But he definitely wanted to make a change. He talked to me about that a little before the game, how he wanted to make a change, and he made it. Seems to be putting the ball a little bit more on a line now.
Gets out of the way of the inside pitch. Count even at 1-1. It's definitely worked out well for him today. Working with runners on first and second, 1 down in the inning. Go-ahead run is on first for Trinity. Steps off. Correa trying to get out of another jam, left the bases loaded when he came in relief of Chase Burrows. Quick conversation here.
I know Matthias wanted to step into the role as a really solid hitter with the loss of Nick Lazara, who did so well last year. I know that Matthias wanted to fill that role well, and I think he's done so pretty well so far.
They always valued his defense, talking to Dave about him being such a reliable defensive catcher. They said they almost viewed him like a closer last year just because of how well he would frame pitches.
He's very solid. He's a wall back there. Anything in the dirt, it's not getting by him.
But now the bat has caught up. 1-2. Or I guess it's 1-2 now. Scoreboard was a little bit ahead.
Looks to be 2-2, I believe, is what the umpire just signaled. Scoreboard's got it right now.
2-2 pitch to Writing. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And quickly 2 away. Correa trying to get out of this jam, 1 out away from doing it.
I have noticed that. I really like that Matias does that. Anytime he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, he always takes off for first. It's a really solid habit to get into because some guys forget to take off to first and they end up not getting a potential free bag. But he makes a point to always take off to first.
First pitch to Evan Kuhl, called a strike. Kuhl struck out the last time he was up. He's also singled in the second, 1 for 3 overall. Last opportunity for the Tigers to come through. Had runners on first and second with nobody out. Gets out of the way of the inside pitch. Count even at 1-1. Runners on first and second for Trinity. Lustina on second, Ramsey on first. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Now a 2-strike situation. Correa has gotten the last 2 batters he's faced. Trying to make it 3 in a row. Kuhl lifts one to the shallow infield, and Teeter makes the catch. So the Tigers had first and second with nobody out, can't come through with a run. It's a scoreless 7th that sends us to the 8th in San Antonio. Babson up by 1. Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning in San Antonio, Texas. Joey Hagan back on the mound and fires ball 1 low and away to Owen Stevens. 1 for 3 in this game. He struck out twice, a base hit the last time he was up. Beavers clinging on to their 1-run lead. Cuts and misses at that pitch. Evens the count at 1-1. Ground ball past the dive of Anderson at third and into left field. So back-to-back base hits for Owen Stevens, leadoff man aboard again for Babson.
And that's so frustrating for a pitcher. It's that perfectly paced ground ball where anywhere else it would be an easy out, but it's just that little blooper that gets through, and hey, it counts as a hit, so.
The 9th hit of the game for Babson. Trinity out hitting Babson 11-9. Then Valenti pulls back the bunt, throw to first with Baker all the way in on the infield grass.
It's a good idea to at least check and throw it over there. Keep him honest.
1-0. Get the bunt down that time, but it's foul. Goes down as strike one. Valenti a base hit in the third. 1 for 3 overall. One of the players on Babson who can hit and pitch. Made a pitching appearance in the game on Friday. Throw to first. Stevens able to get back safely.
It's a good idea there because you can also see if he squares up to bunt when you do that, because a lot of times they'll wait until the first action from the pitcher to square up to bunt.
This is line but foul out of play.
Know that he squared up earlier, so checking to make sure he's not going to do it again. That's smart by Joey. He's doing a good job commanding his pitches here as well.
Bunting probably out of the question now, 1-2. Breaking ball finds the zone, strike three looking. 1 down in the 8th. And that will be the day for Hagen. Gets the last batter he faces in Ben Valenti. And the top of the lineup up for Babson, and a new arm will face them. We'll be back in San Antonio. Welcome back to the Alamo City. Ryan Rangel onto the mound to pitch for the Tigers, working with 1 down in the inning and 1 on, trying to hold this deficit, and again a pitch comm issue. See how they fix this. Looks like nothing happened.
Looks like Matias is frustrated.
Ready to play on. Rangel will face Xander Teeter, who's reached all 4 times he's been up. Sends a ground ball to Haynes. Flip to second. Throw to first in time, and the double play. All it took was 1 pitch to end the 8th inning for Rylan Rangel. It sends us to the bottom of the frame. We'll be back on Tiger Network. Welcome back. The wind picking up in San Antonio, Texas. Top of the Tiger lineup up in the 8th inning. Will Dixon leads it off and takes strike one. Going against Correa, who's pitching in his 3rd inning. Got the last out of the 6th and pitched the 7th. Strike 2 called to Dixon. Tigers have left 5 runners stranded in the last 2 innings.
Good volume of hits, just not well timed.
0-2. Outside. Dixon hit by a pitch in his only plate appearance today. A pinch hitter for Callan Singhania in the 6th has taken over in right field. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Strike 3. 1 gone in the 8th. We'll bring up Grant Anderson, who has singled the last 2 times he's been up. One thing we're noticing, Shepard, in between innings was the difference in walks. Tigers pitching walked 5 Babson batters in the first 3 innings. Babson pitching has only walked 1 batter.
I mean, it does contribute.
But they've hit a few.
That will help.
They've hit a few, and they hit Anderson again, the 3rd hit by pitch handed out by Babson pitching. Runner on with 1 down. But it was great that you brought that up, because in terms of walks per 9, the Beavers last season 32nd best in the country at not giving up walks.
Wow.
2 years ago, they led the nation in that category.
Wow. It's an impressive stat.
So that's something that they definitely prioritize.
Seems like it.
Will Baker take strike 1? Baker intentionally walked the last time he was up. He's walked twice. One of the intentional variety, obviously.
I would imagine that's something that they harp on, because when it's in the zone, now the batter has to do something with it to be able to get on base rather than just getting a free pass. So it's smart coaching by them.
The 0-1 to Baker. Anderson on first with 1 down. Takes ball 1. Seen a couple of comebacks this season already from Trinity. Most notable one against Wisconsin Whitewater. Down 4 runs in the 6th inning. Came back to win that game. A walk-off hit by Matthias Riding. That pickoff moved close, but Anderson able to slide in safely.
That's good toughness by Grant over there. I know he got hit in the shoulder earlier, but the joke is that he doesn't feel pain. Now he's over there sliding back, get safe.
Anderson off and running, hit and run. Baker ahead of it, fouls it down the first base line. It's one thing we like to mention on the broadcast, that the Trinity offense is a green light offense. Anybody can call a hit and run whenever they want.
It's worked. It's worked a good amount of times. I like that they trust the players. I like that a lot.
The hit and run was on there. And now a pickoff play at first, close again.
And that's the thing with a hit and run. They teach it. You want to hit the ball on the ground. It's not exactly important where. Obviously, you want to try and hit it away.
The 1-2. Outside evens the count.
But anywhere on the ground is exactly what you want when you have a hit and run. Obviously, back towards the pitcher is not the best idea, but he does a good job there. He's a little bit out in front of it, but he keeps it in a safe spot where it's not going to get him into trouble.
Baker in a 2-2 count. Did he go? They say yes. And Baker is gone on strikes for out number 2. We'll see it again on the replay. How close was this? I don't know about that one.
He definitely was not happy with the call there.
Goes down as the 2nd strikeout swinging of the inning for Correa.
They've been pretty tough with that call, though. Most of them, when they've deferred to the first plate umpire, he said that they went around. I think he's tendency to say that they did go around. It's been pretty even both ways.
Brings up Pierce Matthews with 2 down and the tying run on first base for Trinity. Breaking ball just misses. Matthews, a pinch hitter in this game in the 5th inning. 0 for 2 so far. Pitch rides inside, has to get out of the way. Tigers trying not to leave another base runner stranded. Would be their 6th in 3 innings.
They seem to think that Grant is going somewhere.
Doesn't usually.
Not normally. He went on that hit and run earlier, but I think he's pretty stagnant right now.
2-0. Matthews fouls this one high, drifting out of play. And it is. It hits the screen.
For a second, I thought that wind was going to bring it back.
It looked like it, maybe.
Looked like it was going to hit the roof, and then the wind caught it.
As I'm sure you saw there, it's always pretty unfortunate when a ball's hit there from here, because that's just one of the blind spots that we have. So I'm always guessing. Just looking at the reactions, see what happened. Pitch misses. 3-ball count now. 3-1. Pierce Matthews trying to come through with 2 down in the inning.
This is that difficult count we were talking about. This is the hardest count for a pitcher to battle out of.
Way ahead of it and fouls it all the way to the track. Coach is preaching from the dugout, trying to get to the top half of the baseball. Something they talk about a lot offensively. 3-2 count, 2 down in the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Correa strikes out the side in the 8th. Will send us to the top of the 9th in San Antonio. Tigers down by 1. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Top of the 9th inning, Babson protecting a 1-run lead. Ryan Rangel back on the mound trying to hold the deficit. Facing Ryan Liss. Fires strike 1.
Ryland's been pitching really well so far.
Got the double play to end the last inning. This is his first appearance of the season. Native of San Antonio from Reagan High School. Breaking ball misses, low and inside. Count even at 1-1.
We were talking about that yesterday. He was one of the several reluctant POs on the team. He came in as a 2A, and Dave said, "You're pretty good at this pitching thing. I think we're going to keep you here."
Swing and a miss from Liss. My favorite Dave interference story is with Hunter Renfroe. Pitch inside. 2-2.
Looks like a little bit of action in the bullpen. I think they have Taylor up, but hopefully Ryland can
This is lined but foul. I think I said Hunter Renfro. I meant Nevels. That wasn't clear.
A bit confused for a second.
Hunter Nevels. Because he played right field a little bit and watched him throw a ball in and said, well, let's get a radar on that. That looked a little fast. He was throwing 90. He's like, yep, you're throwing. I think he ended up going back to being predominantly a position player. But Dave was like, we're trying this out.
I know he tried it with Pierce Matthews.
He did. I remember that.
Pierce at 101 on pull down.
3-2 fouled off down the first base line. I think I actually remember Pierce pitching. I forget if this was him or not, but he was going against Diego Gomez on like an on-field bullpen, and Diego just hit an absolute bomb off of him.
I think I heard about that. I don't know if I was there for that.
3-2 misses inside, and a leadoff walk for Ryan Liss, the first time he's been aboard today.
That's just a tough at bat for Rylan. Making solid pitches, but just a really tough at bat. Fouled off a couple there.
Brings up Gabe Kushner. 0 for 2 today. He has walked twice. So far hitting .222 in this series.
We were talking about that earlier. Babson seems to be highlighting the tough at bat. We haven't seen, I don't think, any 3-pitch strikeouts from them. They're really solid at the plate, keeping those at bats really tough.
Pitch in the dirt, nicely blocked by Riding. Able to keep it in front of him there. Goes down as ball 1. Rangel, the 6th arm used today by Trinity. And Matias has to block another one.
Seems to be a bit of a bullpen day for the Tigers.
Jace Clay only going an inning and a third, the quick hook. And they've had to fill in the rest of the way. And the 7th arm's coming in.
We'll see another.
That'll be the day for Rylan Rangel.
Looks like, was that Will Taylor, I believe?
Looks like it. Either way, a pitching change in San Antonio. Babson with the 5-4 lead. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. The 7th arm on the mound for Trinity is Will Taylor, the sophomore from Colorado. And And he's called upon with nobody out and a runner on for Babson, trying to hold this deficit. Fires ball 1 to Gabe Kushner. Grant Anderson crashing in hard from third there, ready for the bunt.
Will is interesting because he seems to have two separate personalities when he's on the field and when he's hanging out.
3-0 misses, and that is ball 4.
He's a completely different person on the mound than when you talk to him in person. It's very interesting.
How so?
When you talk to him and he's just hanging out, he's very kind of goofy, giggly, just a very kind of silly guy. And then when he's in the bullpen getting ready to go in, no one talks to him because he's locked in, he's dialed in, he's focused. And it's really impressive that he's able to do that. Completely different person when he's on the mound.
Will now face Ryan Grace. Reached twice today, a single and a walk. Takes ball 1. 1 for 3 day overall for Grace, the first baseman. Opportunity for the Beavers to extend their 5-4 lead. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Strike called. Like, this is the type of situation you were talking about when you said some relievers just like to come into the chaos.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Pitch high, 2-0, or 2-1, excuse me.
This is where relievers thrive. They're put in this chaotic spot, and Dave says, all right, we're giving the game to you. See what you can do.
Misses low, and Riding loses the ball. And both runners will advance. Now runners on second and third for Babson.
He did a good job blocking it and keeping it in front of him, but it seems like the ball, he thought it went behind him and he was looking for it. Wish he could have just looked down there and seen that he did a good job.
Probably just couldn't feel it.
I would imagine.
It's like a goalie in hockey not knowing where the puck is. Now the infield will come in for Trinity. Ready to cut down the run at home if need be. 3-1 pitch. Lined right to second at Haynes. Does a great job. Able to throw to first in time and hold the runners where they are.
And that's just a fantastic play.
Really tough to make being in that far.
He was brought in late in the game, and he's been fantastic over there at second base. Several really, really solid plays.
He's turned multiple double plays in this game and able to get out number 1 here. Brings up Connor Fricke, singled the last time he was up. Takes strike 1. We'll see if that out gets Will Taylor into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Definitely helps. You're on the mound, you see a really impressive play like that. It does give you a bit of energy.
Pitch outside. Count even at 1-1. Infield remains in for Trinity all the way around. Fouled off the end of the bat. Count now 1-2. Taylor working with 1 away. Just got Grace on the ground out in the previous at bat. Runners on second and third. The 2-1 to Fricke. Did he go? And no swing call signaled, so it looks like no.
That's interesting. I think Matias is going to check it. And they're going to out.
They do say no swing.
It's difficult from that angle because how does that umpire over there, how can he see that?
Ball in the dirt. Riding loses it, but it stays on the baseline. Maybe a lucky bounce for Trinity that didn't get further away.
That was a really good block by Matias. That ball, it hit really far in front of the plate. Those are really hard to block as a catcher because the bounce is so high and it's off of your helmet. And because your helmet's so hard, the ball bounces really, really far. So it was really impressive that he's able to keep it in front of him and not let it bounce somewhere sporadically.
Now a 3-2 pitch coming up. Hit in the air to right field. This might be good enough. Dixon under it, throw to home. Close, but not in time. Ryan List tags up and scores an insurance run for Babson. It's now 6-4.
It's a really solid throw from Will Dixon. Just a second earlier, maybe he could have had him.
Brings up Christensen. He's reached 3 times today, back-to-back base hits in his last 2 plate appearances. Waves at the first pitch, 0-1. That run charged to Rylan Rangel. Runner still on third to deal with. Strike called. 2 down in the inning. Taylor quickly ahead, 0-2. Fouled off, we'll do it again. Could be an important insurance run for Babson. The Tigers will try to mount their comeback in the 9th. The middle of the order will be due up, who's had some success recently. Lustina and Ramsey will get things going. See how many runs they're down by. Pitch just misses. Brings the count to 1-2.
That's a solid effort by Will Taylor on that last pitch. You're not going to give him anything easy to hit. Going to see if you can get him to swing at something.
This is a ground ball. The Haynes bobbles it for a second, but has enough time to pick it up and end the inning. But Babson gets an all-important insurance run. They lead 6-4, trying to salvage a game in this series. Tigers will try and walk it off when we come back. Welcome back. Last chance for the Tigers, down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And the new pitcher for Babson is Xander Teeter, who's been playing second base the entirety of the series. Also acts as their closer. 15 appearances last season, 16 in 2/3 innings pitched with a 2.16 ERA. Earned 6 saves last year for the Beavers. And trying to earn one here in the 9th, facing Michael Lustina. Lustina has singled the last 2 times he's been up. Takes a strike, 1-1.
Bit of a difference in velocity bringing this guy in to close out the game. We saw Mikey swinging the heavy bat before the inning, so he'd be able to adjust.
Pitch just misses. Lustina ahead 2-1.
And it looks like the bullpen has migrated, hoping they can mount the comeback.
Outside 3-1. Teeter took the loss in that ridiculous game that we keep mentioning here 2 years ago. Strike called. They brought him in. They didn't think they were going to have to, being up 14-5 the way they were, but the momentum was already rolling. Ended up surrendering the go-ahead grand slam to Christian Holloway. The 3-2 pitch fouled off, and Lustina stays alive. 91 on that last pitch.
I must say, Babson pitchers today have been really, really solid on 3-1 and 3-2 counts. Throwing challenge pitches in the zone, forcing the Trinity hitters to take the ball and not just hope for a walk.
Fouled off again. Kushner unable to hang on to it there, so Lustina will get another crack at it. Seen how important it is in this game to get the leadoff runner. The 3-2. Just outside, ball 4.
Mikey was very sure of that one. He was taken off before, seemed like before the ball even hit the glove.
And just like that, we're going to get a meeting from Coach Noon, surrendering the leadoff walk. Saw multiple Babson infielders crouch down in disbelief at that 3-2 call. Thought it was a strike all the way. Lustina thought it was ball 4 all the way.
Oh, definitely. He took off quick.
And Coach Noon going out there for a quick consultation. See the location on this pitch. Looked outside.
Solid call.
Brings up John Ramsey. 2-hit day for Ramsey.
In a situation like this, anyone's going to expect the call to go their way.
Ramsey represents the tying run. Takes ball 1. Babson head coach Matt Noon went out there for a quick visit. You'd assume just to calm things down. We know a leadoff walk can really start the avalanche. Trying to avoid that for his team. Strike called, 1-1. Of course, John Ramsey had one of the most significant home runs of the year last year against ETBU to tie the game in the regional, the winner-go-home game.
That was a good one.
Pitch inside, 2-1. Saved the Tigers' season.
He's very solid at bat. He always does a good job of being, like we were saying about the Babson hitters, he does a good job of it as well, being a tough at bat. He's not going to give you an easy strikeout. He's going to battle for it.
2-1 outside, and Teeter in danger of walking back-to-back hitters. We talked about how good they've been in 3-1 counts. See if Teeter can execute here. Outside, ball 4, and the tying run is aboard.
That was a really solid at bat from Ramsey there. Challenged him, made him compete in the zone, and he's given a free pass, so he took it.
And it brings up Sawyer Haynes.
Big opportunity here.
0 for 2. The last time he was up, he popped up on a bunt attempt. In a similar situation here.
He's going to want a bit of revenge here. No one will remember that pop-up if he puts a nice one out there now.
Gray's playing all the way in on the infield grass. Haynes takes strike 1. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Haynes represents the winning run in the 9th.
And he's been so good defensively. It'd be really nice to see him be able to back it up with some offense.
Take strike 2. Wind blowing directly out to center field now.
A welcome shift for sure.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball gets away, and they throw to second. Just on the off chance. Catch Lustina napping. One down in the inning. It'll bring up a pinch hitter. Jack Spence coming into the game in place of Matthias Riding. Riding, who had a 3-hit day today. Talked about throwing people not into just blowout situations, but important ones.
Maybe they want to give Matthias a bit of a rest. Long day catching.
So Spence with an opportunity. Tying run aboard for Trinity, down 2. Takes ball 1. What a lot of people don't remember about that 10-run 8th inning 2 years ago was it was a lot of replacement players that would come into the game at that point. Coach Scannell had pulled most of his starters.
Maybe he's hoping for the same thing here.
Ball gets away for a second from Kushner, but able to corral it in time to prevent any advancement. Tigers have left 6 base runners stranded in the last 3 innings. Have been unable to get the clutch hit. Trying to change that here with 1 down in the 9th. Strike 2.
That is the nice thing about this Tigers team, is that there are no players in that dugout over there that are not a good bat. Anyone that they bring in the game, they will have a solid chance of putting one out there and doing something good. There's no weak spot on the lineup.
Now the 1-2. Close pitch. Beavers wanted the call, don't get it. Evens the count at 2-2. Spence looking for his first hit of the season. Swing and a miss. And Teeter has struck out back-to-back hitters he's seen. Babson 1 out away from securing their first win of the year. And now another pinch hitter, Jack Henning. Henning hitless so far this season. 0 for 1 in his only plate appearance. And the last hope for the Tigers, trying to extend their 5-game winning streak. First pitch misses high, ball 1.
You know, Henning is one of the many guys in the Trinity baseball team that's part of the STEM program here at Trinity. It's pretty impressive to see that many guys in the team that take their academics that seriously.
Pitch misses. 1-1. Or excuse me, 2-0. Tigers had the first 2 runners aboard by way of 2 walks. Runners on first and second with nobody out. The last 2 batters have struck out. Pitch misses low, 3-0. Will Dixon in the top of this Trinity lineup waiting on deck. Wind now gusting out directly to center field.
Just about to knock over our tent up here.
I hope not.
It'd be a rough day.
3-0. High, ball 4, and Henning works the 4-pitch walk to load the bases. And now it is all up to Will Dixon. Gonna have a pinch runner as well. So Henning does his job, gets on base. The wind really gusting out to center field now. First pitch way high, ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled off, 1-1. Bases are filled with Tigers, all reaching by way of the walk. Talked about how few batters these Babson pitching staff has walked over the last several years. 3 of them walking in this inning. Ustina, Ramsey, and Henning. Dixon takes another ball.
Teeter seems to be challenging them in the zone with a bit of velocity, something that the Trinity hitters don't seem to be used to facing.
Swing and a miss.
Not as much velocity over the course of these past couple games, and then seeing this, it's a bit of an adjustment. They have that heavy bat working over there on the on-deck circle, but when Teeter's able to challenge them in the zone with that velocity, they're going to have to catch up to it.
Tigers down to their last strike, the 2-2. Close pitch again, but now the count is full, and it's going to come right down to the end. The 3-2 pitch, 2 down in the inning, bases loaded. Winning run on first. Fouled off, we're going to do it again.
You can only imagine what both Teeter and Dixon are feeling in this situation.
Ustina on third, Ramsey on second, the pinch runner Montalbano on first. Dixon at the plate, the 3-2 again, runners off, low ball 4. An RBI walk for Will Dixon. It's a 1-run game. The 4th walk handed out this inning.
The hard thing is he hasn't been incredibly wild. It's just good at bats from Trinity, forcing him to compete over and over and over again, have caused those several walks.
Got to be really frustrating as a pitcher, especially one used to coming in at the end of the game and shutting the door like Teeter is. Earned 6 saves last season. Trying to get one here, even if it's an ugly one. Now Grant Anderson.
Notice he's choking up a bit on the bat there.
Big swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's a good idea. Choke up a little bit on the bat, catch up to the velocity that he's running by him.
Anderson 2 for 4 today. 2 hits. He's also reached by a hit batter. Big swing and a miss again. And Trinity once again down to their last strike. They've got to run in this 9th inning to make it a 1-run game. Down 6-5. The 0-2. In the zone, strike 3, and that's the ball game. The Beavers take game 3 and salvage a victory in this series. And that insurance run that they got in the 9th inning winds up being a big deal. They win 6-5. Chase Burrows pitches into the 6th inning. He earns the victory for Babson as they get their first one of the season, now 1-2 on the year. The Tigers' 5-game winning streak now snapped. The #1 team in the nation headed into this weekend. Now 5-2 on the year as they'll hit the road for the first time this coming week against TLU before they welcome in Kane for another top 5 clash.
That'll be a good one.
That would currently be 1 versus 3 in the nation. Make sure to stay tuned for the times on that one and what the rankings will ultimately be when that series comes. It'll be a great one on Tiger Network next weekend. That'll do it for us this weekend. I'd like to thank everybody who worked on this broadcast. Everybody working in the control room, volunteering their time and working on 2 events at once. Softball also going as well as baseball. So a lot of people doing double duty, and especially our executive producer, Josh Munchagemba, who puts it all together. For Shepard Tyler, I am Cole Isaacson saying so long from San Antonio. We hope to see you next weekend.